Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Doctor Who and Autism celebrations, where we continue doing the group episodes lead up to the 60th anniversary of Doctor Who. And today I'm joined with Ross, Tom, and Ryan. And they've- Tom, Ross, and Ryan. I've all said that in two different kind of waters there, but they've all appeared on the podcast before. I think about a year ago now. By the time this goes out, it is November, so that's more than a year. But the time of speaking, it's just over a year because I think it was October, September time last year, and we're just coming to the end of September at the end of recording this, so nearly October time. But yeah, we're all going to speak about Doctor Who. In case you don't know who they are, I'm going to get them to introduce themselves. Just say their name, maybe a little fact about them that people don't know. And yeah, so this is where the fun begins because I know when the last episode was, everyone struggled to unmute themselves, but I'm gonna make sure you unmute yourselves, and then yeah. So Ross, I'm gonna start with you if you do your introduction.
Okay, thank you. Hi, I'm Ross. I'm 33 years old. I live in Scotland. Um, and I do a lot of things relating to Doctor Who. I do TikTok videos, posters, designing, all that stuff. And I play a multitude of original characters. My main is Shade, or the Shadow Doctor, has been come to known on TikTok. And yeah, pretty much that's it.
Yeah, you're still doing your TikTok.
Oh, absolutely. Get
Yeah,
into it now. Getting more into it now because I kind of took like a little period off just
yeah.
to do other stuff creatively.
It's good to have a break sometimes. Um,
Yeah. It's,
yeah, that's me who doesn't. I just try and play every day. Um, that's only because I have half a dozen drafts. You know, like I have over like 1,000 drafts. And I don't like to do it. Like like probably some people on TikTok just try to do getting their costume every day. Where I think it's much easier if you just do load in a go, and then you don't have the hassle of getting into the costume day after day. But yeah, it's good fun. Yeah. So hi Tom, it's nice to have you back again.
It's nice to be back. Yes. So, everyone, I'm Tom, known as Tom Buzz. My first Doctor. I play an array of characters, really. So, 21, Maven, his son, and a load of others. I even do a dark side of the Doctor, which is quite fun to do sometimes. But, yeah, 29 years old, and random fact about me. This is weird. I don't know. Maven is my own personal production. Like, yeah, I've created it from scratch. So for 15 years, he's 15 years old. So yeah.
Yeah. Thanks Tom. It's great to have you back. Now we've both met David Tennant. Well, you met David Tennant before, well, when we spoke last time, but now I have. Yeah. But yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
it's very nice. Very nice. But thanks, Tom, for coming back. And talk about Doctor Who. I think this is the best time, I guess, out of all of our meetings, everyone. This is probably the best time that we meet because, like, it's the 60th anniversary. We have lots to talk about. And it's very exciting. Ryan, hello.
Hello.
How you doing?
Good, good. As for everyone who doesn't know me out there, I'm Ryan. I'm the Luminary Dr. OU on TikTok. I do quite a lot of doctors, We've got 9, 11, the Luminary Doctor. I'm trying something out on TikTok for maybe next month, but I'm not gonna spoil, so we'll just have to wait.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is very interesting. But yeah. You're. I think all of you here do your own characters, don't you? Like,
We do.
you all do. I think when Ryan and Ross we all did that episode last year. I think that's all we talked about is your characters and like what they do and what universe they're in, and how old they are, and
Mhm.
it's all very interesting. But I'll tell you a good fact. a new cosplay that I've I'm putting together is actually inspired by this certain doctor that has appeared on the podcast. Um, so that's cool because you wouldn't think a doctor would well, you kind of would actually, wouldn't you? A doctor who inspires you to do a cosplay of them. Yeah, yeah,
Mm.
super cool. So everyone, it's glad to have you all here. So I guess the first thing that to speak about is, did we all enjoy the recent trailer, the official Doctor Who trailer for the 60th?
I actually did. It was really mind-blowing and really exciting, so I can't wait to see what Russell has in store for all of us.
Yeah. I mean, I watched it one or two times.
Completely agree.
I really just enjoyed. I had to really get into it. I'm just like trying to figure it all out just from one trailer. That's what I do. I've analyzed things very, very deeply. I'm like,
Mhm.
Yeah. Right, is it shot by shot? Pause it, screenshot it.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I I wanted to, like, normally when there's news and Doctor Who news, I like to put it on like TikTok or my Doctor Who Instagram account. But this time I wanted to do it in one video, but it was too long. It was too long to cut it all down, so I had to do it in 3 videos because there's so much in that trailer. Although it's only 2 minutes and I think 20 seconds, there's so much in it. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Is there the trailer with Beat the Meat Beat the Meat's in it? Do you think we'll get a Beat the Meat Teddy or plushie eventually? Do you think they'll bring them out?
yeah. Absolutely, I think for merchandising they definitely will.
Yeah.
That'll be a good idea.
Yeah, because
I'll try and to Who again, they. So I think doing a plush toy of Meat Beep would be a really good idea.
I think so too.
yeah, I'll definitely buy it.
Yeah, I'd definitely buy one as well.
Yeah, yeah.
I think my boyfriend wants one, so I think I'll be getting one as well.
Yeah,
Should we order on the phone?
take it everywhere. Take it everywhere we will. Yeah, it'll add to the nice collection I've got. I think I've got an adipose one and a canine one and a Dalek one. So it'd be nice to be up there with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do want a Cyberman one. I do want a Cyberman one as well. Just want all the monsters, don't I? So Donna's back. So like, are we looking forward to seeing like Donna Noble back on our screens after like, I think like 15 years, I think it is.
Definitely.
100%, yes.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been a while. It's been a while since we've seen Donna. And she hasn't changed by the looks of the trailer, so
No, not at all.
Especially in that scene where it's like, well, let's go and kick its ass. And I'm like, yeah.
Let's
brilliant.
go.
That's brilliant. That's Donna all over.
I never expected Donna to swear. That's the honest truth. I never expected her to swear.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good. It is good when we see scenes like that because she's very determined to get it over with, fight the monsters and let it be done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing that I have questions about with Donna is, how is she not dead from finding out who the Doctor is? Because the last time they said that if she ever remembers me, she will die. So, like, is this what could happen? Like, it is that question, isn't it? It's like, what's going to happen? What's going to save her from this? But yeah.
I think it all will happen really fast because if we think about it, we've got 3 specials: the Star Beast, the Wild Blue Yonder, and the Giggle, which is a very interesting name. So I imagine that she will get these memories back in the first one. I reckon at some point in the first special, because I imagine the first one's going to be about beating the meat as well.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But
I think for me, it's the quote that Destiny is heading for Donna Noble. Well, I'm like thinking, what does that mean exactly? Or is she gonna die? Is she gonna live? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember?
Well,
It could.
it's that whole
Oh, it could.
I
Yeah,
don't
it could
think
refer
I
to the
can save it
Destiny
this time.
Khan said. Yeah, because remember what Dalek Khan said in Journey's End, one of the companions will die. And so it's like, no, don't kill Donna, don't kill Donna.
No.
Yeah. Although Dalek Khan said that, but back then I was just laughing the way Dalek Khan was speaking. And then 10th Doctor's like, stop saying that. But
Sounds like Gollum.
yeah, it does. Oh, speaking of Gollum.
Oh. We're gonna have a Lord of the Rings
Nice.
crossover here.
Yeah.
Oh, you got it.
I haven't played it yet. It's been in that
Is it
wrapper
good?
for 2 months. No, I haven't played it yet. It's been in that wrapper for 2 months. I need to play it.
Gee.
I do need to play that one. But to answer your question, Ross, when the Doctor says if Destiny exists, it's heading for Donna Noble. If we all remember back to Stolen Earth, end of in Journey's End as well, it's where where Donna is trapped in the TARDIS with the Metacrisis Doctor, and the Metacrisis Doctor is saying about Destiny, and it actually mentions Destiny to Donna Noble. And I think maybe that's where that is coming from.
Yeah.
I think Metacrisis Doctor could be included in this whole scenario here. Maybe that's where it's all been messed up.
Maybe.
And
Maybe.
then maybe Rose might get come back as well. That would be good.
I think this, like what we're seeing right now, is I always say when I see a trailer on Doctor Who, they always show us what they want us to see.
Yeah.
Like they show us, like they've announced a toy maker as a toy maker because everyone thought it was a toy maker anyway. So they say it's a toy maker just to stop it. But they could have not said it was a toy maker, and people could have been like, "Is it not a toy maker?" But I think, I always say, I'm gonna ask you guys a question. I want it because it's really interesting what everyone says. Do you think that there's a bigger villain in this specials than the toy maker, or do you think the toy maker is going to be the big baddie, or do you think there's going to be other monsters in it as well? Then we don't know.
Well, there is some. What's her name? The one that's like just like a piano type deal.
Oh yeah.
She might be like the big bad here.
Yeah. That's really interesting.
She's from season 14. She won't be in this.
Yeah. Yeah, she's in series 14.
Okay.
Yeah. Speaking of her, she does look like
she'll be a villain for shooting.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. That is. Shooty is going to be good though, isn't he? Are you looking forward to Shooty's series?
Me too.
Yeah. That'll be good.
Shooty is going to be awesome. I cannot wait.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting how he's involved in the 60th though first.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because he's getting like he got 2 I think scenes of him. One that says what the hell's going on here, and then the other one that is just sitting there like he's some god. Like it's like he's on the temple.
Well,
Just,
Mhm.
yeah,
well, he is the Doctor, so
Yes.
he is the Doctor. But do you think this? Because I personally think this will be too obvious to say that Shooty's on the edge. Like everyone says, it's on the edge, but I personally don't think it's on the edge. Do you guys think the edge is going to be included in the 60th, where the other Doctors can be in on the edge, or do you think they're not going to include that at all?
It's a hit and miss because it really depends on if they will or not. But I think yes.
it's a good way to include the classic Doctors. It is like actually Chibnall did a good job with that episode, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
It was one of the best, I'd say, of Jodie's run as the Doctor. There was an odd few good ones. And that one was a good one, not just because David Tennant was at the end. That was a plus, but also just the whole episode was good. I guess because it was longer. I guess if all the episodes was that length, it would be okay.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, they have more time to play with then, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because when I watched that episode, I was actually on my way back home from visiting Tom, actually, and I remember watching it on the bus, and it was just like I could not stop looking at my phone like this, like what? I'm like, oh my goodness, yeah, such a good episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a very good
Yeah.
episode. It's just very interesting because
The only the only nitpick I have with the episode is that they made a whole finale in season. I can't remember which one, but there was a finale where it was about how the Timeless Children, and the Master was really hacked off at the fact that there was a little piece of the Doctor inside him, and then they made a whole episode about how the Master wanted to be the Doctor, and I was just like, that doesn't make sense. What are you doing?
Yeah.
yeah, that didn't make any sense. I don't know why the Master wanted to be in the Doctor. I was just confused. I liked his anger though, but it just didn't make no sense.
Me too. Yeah.
Because I find it funny when Yaz was in the TARDIS with the Master. It was just quite funny. That whole kind of scenario, and but I thought it all went too quick. You're in the TARDIS 1 minute, you're back on wherever there was. But the highlight of the episode, let's say, it was the Rasputin dance. That Sacha Dhawan did.
I cringed so much. I'm like, I can't even look at it. I'm like, no, I can't watch it.
That's too funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very good. That was very good. But at the end of the trailer we just had, you may have heard in the background right at the end with Shooty that you hear the regeneration from Jodie to David Tennant again. So I don't know if that's just for the trailer, or perhaps maybe 13 does eventually regenerate into Shooty Gatwa at the end. Maybe.
Yeah, possibly. You don't know, do you? Yeah, they might have used
never
that as
know.
just an overlay. Yeah, you just never know.
Yeah.
Yeah. We don't know. But it does look very cinematic, the trailer, and it looks very big. It's like this big movie. That we haven't seen that before, so that's different.
Yeah.
You can tell they put some money into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Disney has helped.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh, massively.
was anybody else looking at the unit like HQ and thinking, that's Avengers Tower? What is going on there?
I
Yeah.
saw that, and like become a meme now.
Yeah.
Yes, I understood that reference. Yes.
Tony Stark, you think we didn't? You think we didn't notice? But we did.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks the same. But did you also notice, because 10 year, it's very interesting, because Kate Stewart was in the 50th as well, and Matt Smith says he don't like getting picked up, and then we just see the 40th Doctor just in the helicopter, not getting picked up, with the TARDIS hanging. So maybe Kate Stewart had listened this time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's gonna
You can
be.
see his anger when he's looking at the TARDIS being transported by the helicopter. You can just see his anger. It's just like, I don't like being picked up.
I'd rather take my TARDIS and not a helicopter.
Yeah. He don't like being picked up. Yeah.
No.
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 The doctor must be the worst person to go on a date with. I'll think. No, you won't.
I don't know how River ever coped.
Right?
Yeah.
Neither do I.
Yeah.
Good lord.
Yeah, but it's funny. Like the Doctor is very miserable in the helicopter, but as soon as he gets to see Kate Stewart, he's ecstatic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think this version of David Tennant as the Doctor is very broken and very angry at certain things, and I can see already that this isn't like this is not the 10th Doctor. This is the 14th Doctor, but just he's a bit more maybe stricter, let's say, because maybe the 10th Doctor was a bit more calmer at times. He was angry as well, but I haven't. When we saw that scene, he doesn't want to be this, and he looks like he's in this jail, like hitting the bars. It looks very angrier than I've ever seen the 10th Doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I do like that.
Yeah, I agree.
Agreed. Yeah.
Yeah, it gives me it gives us a
Yeah.
reason to scream.
Yeah.
It does. Yeah.
Yes, 100%. You get to see the comeback of the oncoming storm. I love that.
So cool.
Yeah, that but the thing is, we see, you know, like you say, like the Toy Maker is massive, like this massive rhyme with the BFG. He's massive. He's got these puppeteer things, and it's really interesting because I don't think that's in the same scene as a Doctor in this jail. It looks like it from the trailer. I think that's what they tried to do, try and trick everybody. But I don't think it's the same scene. I think it's two different scenes.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, because they've took very small bits in, and I'm really interested to see the house scene because Sylvia hits the Doctor. For some reason he'd gone in. At that point, it looks like they can't remember. They're not allowed to remember. Like Donna, and then maybe something happens, and then whoop, Donna can remember again.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. But it's gonna be so fun. It's gonna be so fun to see, to figure out who the Doctor is. I think that's what it all's about. The 60th. A lot's gonna happen to the Doctor, where the after effects will be for Shooty Gatwa's Doctor and the after events of, I think, this 60th.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Definitely.
Yeah, because
The one thing that has me curious is like, what is the TARDIS scared of that makes it run away? Like, what could scare an entity of that magnitude? So like, oh, something's coming. Bye.
Peace out.
I'm out. Later.
So threatens the TARDIS's existence. Yeah. I would say
maybe,
something like that.
maybe this is a stretch, but because like the toy maker, I presume that's why Beep the Meep is here. He's made Beep the Meep a real life person, which is a person from a fictional character book. So what happened? What about if the TARDIS is actually alive? They've made the TARDIS alive, so literally that's what he's saying. They have run away. He's got legs. And she's running. She's running away. Probably won't happen, but it'd be funny.
I mean,
That would be funny, actually.
I
Yeah.
mean, I've done it before with Matt Smith.
That's
So
good. I like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
and now I'm just picturing now I'm just picturing the TARDIS with legs running away.
Sorry.
I need to make that animation.
It's very silly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh boy.
It would be cool if it did run away.
Yeah.
Yeah. But imagine if Barbie's TARDIS ends up there, like a pink TARDIS just comes into it.
That would be wild and really weird, but kind of cool.
Yeah.
yeah, I agree.
Yeah. That would be really nice.
Yeah.
But I think now from maybe from I think all the chaos that's going on Earth, where they're saying that the humans are attacking each other. I think it's really interesting when in the trailer the Doctor says, I've had a memory." It's going to be really interesting to see what that memory is.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
the toy maker is a person that has deadly gains, but he's a sore loser, so he don't like losing, so he'll get anything to win.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he's not shown his face for 50 years on screen, so like he's not been around since the first Doctor, so that's a long time.
Long time. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that they've got like a big actor, Neil Patrick Harris to do it, it's just like they must have really high faith in it.
Yeah.
When he was casted as the toy maker, I was so hyped. I was like, yes.
Yeah.
I lost my mind. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah. He's got so many different costumes as well.
He does, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. He's got worldwide premiere. That's we don't hear him say much, but
No,
I guess that's what they're trying to keep hidden.
the secret.
Yeah.
Because I think that there are two ways multiple Doctors will
very good.
appear. Yeah. Do you remember where
it's a trend? Go on, carry on. Sorry.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Do you remember where with the toy maker scene, in the shop, in the trailer, and where the Doctor says, I'm something that's come through to this world. I think maybe that there's maybe not just the only thing. The toy maker's not just the only thing. He's brought other things with him. That could be companions, Doctors perhaps. And that's probably how Beep the Meep ends up through. I reckon. And when the ship comes crashing down.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
And what I love about it is the fact that they've got the girl who plays Elle from Heartstopper in that scene with him. Like as the ship's coming down, I'm just like, hang on a minute, that's Elle from Heartstopper. I'm just like, oh, brilliant.
The Doctor. Oh yeah, Heartstopper.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's very good casting, Russell's done here with everyone involved.
He's done a phenomenal job with it.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah, like you just know if you're bringing David Tennant, and Donna back, you're not just going to bring them back. It's almost like, in a way, it's almost like a series 4 reunion. But I guess he's impacted it where it is involved with the whole show if you implement it around the first ever villain that from 1966 when it all started. So it's going to be very cool to see what goes on, but the funny thing I find, it's a meme that no one's created. You know when the doctor says it's not a plane, it's a spaceship in trouble. I think that's one of the first. I think that was when they did the names. They released the names. But on the last trailer, if you see right at the end, there's actually the doctor looking up at our plane.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The doctor actually sees the plane.
Yeah. We saw our plane in the end.
God.
Yeah. The one thing I'm very interested about is, you know, when they're dancing, like the toy maker and the doctor. I'm very interested to hear what song that is, because there's got to be a song. There's got to be some song, I reckon, or just chaos going on. But I would like it to be a song. What they're just dancing to. Yeah. But when I went there earlier this year to see the 60th, where that's all going, all the chaos is going on the streets. And I went in my 14th Doctor cosplay, and I was super hot. It was boiling. And yeah, you had people looking around saying, because unfortunately I can't close off the street. Unlike David Tennant and Russell T Davies or them, but you got people looking saying, "What are you doing?" And then at the time this wasn't even out, unfortunately, so I couldn't do it. And so I had the 12th Doctor, because I thought the 12th Doctor was maybe the near enough closest thing, Sonic. There you go. To it, from that at the time we didn't actually see what it looked like before. So I'm there using that, and then you got some guy at the cafe saying, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "I'm doing the 60th anniversary scenes. We've got my 14th Doctor cosplay on," and he was like, "Well, I'm more interested in your Sonic than what you're wearing." And I was like, "Okay." Yeah.
Can I take that? Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah. But yeah, it's very nice. Like you can see, it's really, they have a really good camera, because the way David Tennant is standing on the trail, he's getting the whole streets in. But if you went there on your own, you're only getting one part of it, and you can't get it all in one. So they do really clever how they record it.
Yeah.
They did.
Yeah, it is. It's going to be really fun to see what happens, but yeah. Do we think Donna Noble's fame will be returning in their specials?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Do you think it'll be a little bit different?
I think it might be, because this is the way I see it with David Tennant as the 14th Doctor. When he was back as 10, he's like, "I don't want to go," and then I think as he changes, he'll be like, "I'm ready to go."
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone has guessed that. Yeah, but it's a good way to good way for him to regenerate. Then it'd be like, yeah, I'm actually ready. So that would be good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do we think there is going to be regeneration this time? Or do you think it'll just pass at the shooting?
Again, we're not sure, so, but I think there could be a regeneration. You don't know though.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it'll be like a quick regeneration, like from Matt Smith to Pierre Capaldi, just to kind of boom.
Get my back.
Like I said,
I would like
Oh.
it for be a bit similar to to the 9th to the 10th, because that was fairly fast.
Yeah.
And I want it to be positive. I don't want it to be like, oh, I'm going to be back in 10 years' time. Cause I personally think I don't think we'll be seeing David Tennant for a while now. I think maybe when he's a bit older, but you never know. He always wants to return. So, but I do think now it's like the show's reborn in a way. Like they're starting again. It's like a revival, but it's not. But it's like they're just starting for this new era, because it's going to be the way even better, because the TV's improved, graphics has improved, technology has improved, so we're going to get much better than we got, like say Series 4, Series 2. It's going to be very cool, like movie, I reckon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
I don't know if I'd love to see a Doctor Who episode in VR, because that'd be amazing. Just head on and go.
Oh, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm petrified playing
That
the
would
loneliest
be
of
amazing.
the games.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, because I have.
I need to play that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I was just imagine putting the VR set on, like, let's say Ruby Sunday's getting shown around the new TARDIS, and we go on, we're looking around as well, like, oh, we're looking at the TARDIS.
It's bigger on the inside.
Yeah. We finally know.
Really?
I didn't know this.
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing with VR is just like you can because I have one, and it's just like I have watched it as a VR experience, and it is possible to do it. It's just like, but a Doctor Who virtual reality episode or something like that, I think would be amazing for it just to like look around the new like interior, see like everything, and just like that I think that's the next step for them. Bring technology into it rather than just go like back to television. Just back to TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think also they need to make an episode. You know, like you have those series where you can make your own choices, like ourselves. They should do an episode where we make like they have the whole story there, but we get to choose. We have like 3 options that which can progress the story. So it'd be nice if they did an episode like that where the viewer can actually choose what happens.
So kind of like the Walking Dead and The Wolf Among Us sort of thing.
Yeah, we're making the choices, not them who are actually acting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or the writing even. But yeah, there's so much they could do.
Oh yeah. Kind of like decide your own destiny. Yeah.
Yeah. They also announced like similar to Confidential, Doctor Who Unleashed, where we get to it's like behind the scenes after a Doctor Who episode. So it's nice we have something like that again.
Yeah.
Indeed, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I cannot wait for my whole Saturday night just to revolve around Doctor Who. I haven't had that in years.
We
become a child again.
We haven't had Saturday nights. It's always been on a Sunday.
Yeah, always a Sunday. Yeah.
Always.
Yeah. Saturday.
Exactly.
Yeah. I loved watching Doctor Who on a Saturday, then going over to BBC Three. Yeah. It's gonna be
that was the prime era of Doctor Who, that was, yeah. You'd watch the episode, then go on Confidential. That was
yeah. I just want to see David Tennant with his camera again and just making all jokey remarks and going over to his parents, or now he's living in like he go over to his parents or his family and just say, look, I'm back on Doctor Who. Look, I'm back on there. I'm gonna watch the episode. And then I remember when he did the diary of like the Christmas Invasion, and then he asked his parents, what do you think? And he was like, it was all right. On the telly, eh?
It was all right.
Yeah. And I think it was like, I
It
came
would
all
be,
this
it would
way.
be good to get like Georgia, his wife's reaction.
Yeah.
It would be good to get Georgia's reaction because we not again. When are you not the doctor?
Yeah.
Always the doctor. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
I mean, I'd love to see Michael Sheen like in his Aziraphale costume, just to like arrive on set, just was like, Cody, what you doing over there?
See, now that's funny
sorry,
because you guys like remember the clip where Michael Sheen's like, or David Tennant's like, I'm Doctor Who. Michael Sheen, not anymore, baby. Bringing that back, like you were saying.
Now he
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I just want them to do that again and to say to Michael Sheen, I told you so. Yeah. Yeah, I'm so I think this 30 minutes as well, this Doctor Who Unleashed now. I think Confidential is a bit longer, but I think 30 minutes is enough. I want to see more into the depth of like them as actors, rather because I know Confidential we got a lot with the monsters, didn't we? And how they're made. But it'd be nice to see what they get up to between takes and like yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, I always found that fascinating as a kid, like just watching it, and you just like you see like the robotics and like the prosthetics and all that stuff, and them actually making them. I'm like, I would love to do something like that, like as a job.
Literally.
Just
Yeah.
oh, whoever does those prosthetics is absolutely incredible. I'm like, hats off to you.
Well done.
Yeah. It's gonna be so much fun that it's going to be now. Like I just look forward to the music again because I have missed it. Like the nice new Doctor Who film
too.
tunes, the new Doctor Who music. So that's one thing I'm really
Yes.
looking forward to.
Yeah.
Me too. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, I just want to see Dave Tennant run again and see what music they're going to put in it. Because I imagine there's going to be some new music. They're not going to stick back to old. They might sometimes, may adapt it a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think that's what they'll do is like they'll take like that the kind of running music from like the 10th Doctor and like revamp it because they did it for the Flash film with the 1989 Batman theme. They kind of upped it up, kind of, and like, and I think that's what they're probably going to do with it. I think.
Yeah.
that would be good.
That would be good.
Yeah, that would be. It's going to be interesting.
It's a shame they didn't do that in the Obi-Wan series. When he fought Darth Vader, I was just like, "Where's the whole theme? It needs to be rescored."
Exactly.
Duel of Fates, I think it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It would be nice. Like all these fandoms now are going back. They're all going back to like 20 odd years ago, aren't they? Like you had Spider-Man, you had Star Wars, and now you've got Doctor Who, which is a good thing. It's a good thing because they're probably not going to play the role for ages afterward.
Right.
Because I think now's the
Well,
best time.
Nostalgia's a big thing. Nostalgia's a big thing. Yeah.
It is. Yeah.
It's such a big thing.
It is.
Yeah, bring as many as you think can fit into the story. And there'd be so many different people loving it. There will, because like
Just keep saying yes and then worry about it later.
yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. Yeah, it's so much that's going to be in it and in the 60th, and I don't know about if it will go in cinema or not, but if it does, that'd be nice. You would think it will from that trailer. That trailer is a cinema trailer.
It is 100%.
Yeah.
You wouldn't think it's just for. It's 3 hours in total, I think, probably a little bit more. But yeah, it's just so exciting to see. We haven't seen it for a while, Doctor Who, but when we see these episodes, it's gonna be cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
100%.
yeah. And then we, of course, we get the Christmas special again
Yes.
back.
I'm looking forward to that, to be honest.
Yeah,
On Christmas Day as well.
yeah.
So,
On Christmas Day.
Christmas Day has not been the same without a Doctor Who episode. It really has.
no.
Yeah.
What?
But the New
That's-
Year's Eve one
oh,
with 13 was bad, but I miss the Christmas specials.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, this has been the best Christmas Day since whenever last there was a Christmas Doctor Who episode.
Since 12's Once Upon a Time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I think Once Upon a Time was. I think that episode was pushed because they wanted to have a Christmas episode. I think back then, they
Yeah.
like easily Jodie could have had probably they probably would have done a New Year's episode if it weren't in then. Wouldn't they?
Yeah.
But yeah, I weren't a fan of the New Year episodes because it's a depressing time, really, isn't it? Like New Year's, like it's just been the New Year. You think, oh, here we go again. It's another year. Christmas is lovely. You open your presents, you have your dinner, and you watch Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Day revolved around who? That was the thing.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh yeah, what are you gonna do for Christmas? Yeah, you know, just gonna hang out with my family, open presents, have dinner, then Doctor Who.
Yeah. And,
Yes, exactly.
and everyone has to have their phones off. No phones could be dinging. Because you know what Doctor Who when Doctor Who's on is like a commentary online. Like, oh look, this has happened. Oh look.
Oh, running commentary, just turn that off.
Yeah. Literally, the Doctor Who team are
My
literally.
airplane mode was being
But it's like your football match in a way. When they just every move that's happened.
Yeah.
more entertaining than a football match. Let's just say that.
I second that. I second that.
Yeah. If it's a good episode, I'd say. But if it's not, a football match may be better. Yeah. But the Doctor has played football before, so he knows what he's doing.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That was a funny episode when I think it's 11th Doctor who played football.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty cool, yeah.
I think Matt just wanted to show off that he could actually play football.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah. I bet the actors thought, oh, I actually want to try. I don't want him to let him go past.
What's your score goal?
Because he had like a leg injury. He had a leg injury or something. If he didn't have the leg injury, he wouldn't have been an actor. He would have been a football player. So I think he just wanted to show off his moves.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He doesn't want to come back as the master, he said. He'd like to be the master one day.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. He'd play a good master. He would.
He would.
Yeah, he's a good villain.
I mean, haven't seen him in Morbius.
He was really good as a villain in Morbius.
Yeah, he was, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was pretty good in Morbius. But yeah, like since you go in Doctor Who, you go in all these other shows like Marvel, all sorts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You've got Karen Gillan does that now. David Tennant's done it all.
Yeah.
And he's even been in Star Wars. He's been in Harry Potter. He's been in Doctor Who. He's been in it all.
Good old
This is so David Tennant year. You hear him on everything at the moment.
Yeah.
You got Good Omens. Then he was in Ahsoka, as the droid. And then and then you've got him back as the Doctor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like When when I went to the convention with Daytown, a lot of people were asking the same question. And that same question was, why are you back as the Doctor? And then his response is, well, I don't know. Like, I got asked to be back as the Doctor, and here I am.
How could you say no to that?
Yeah.
Like, that's a big opportunity. Like, I understand. Like
Like,
you've
if
had
I
it
was
once,
asked,
but if you want to, like, if you were asked to come back, you're like, yes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. If anyone says no, they're lying to you. Because like Peter Capaldi, when he was saying, I've done Doctor Who and I liked the idea I leave. And I always say, what a load of rubbish. Like, of course you would come if you got asked to come back for a limited edition episode for the 60th, for an anniversary, you would come back in a heartbeat.
I mean, I think
Yes.
the only one I can actually really think that probably wouldn't would be Christopher Eccleston.
He's more likely to come back now, though, I think, because he's
Maybe because he's doing stuff for
He had typecasting
But
issues.
his relationship with Russell, though, you can never be too sure.
Yeah.
It is a shame. It is a shame.
But why wouldn't you want to be typecast as the Doctor? I'd love that.
Who wouldn't? Who wouldn't love that?
Yeah. Yeah. A question asked that I asked the specific Doctor, which is a surprise till the episode comes out. Like I said to the Doctor, it must be good being the Doctor. Like, you go around saying, I'm the Doctor, and he's like, they were like, yeah, it's great. It's great. I just go around saying I'm the Doctor. Everyone looks at me and look at me going,
Exactly.
yeah. It's just cool. Like, it's limited. It's a limited role. Only like probably, let's say 16, 15 people have got the role. And it'd be hard. It's all these really hard working actors who quite a lot of them years ago when they were like younger, they wanted to be in the Doctor Who. They wanted to be the Doctor.
That's how David Tennant got into acting. He saw Doctor Who and I was like, I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
And
I think it's like one of those prestigious roles. Like, once you say you've been the Doctor, no one can take it away from you. It's like, no, you've been the Doctor. You are the Doctor.
And really, you have had your experience before, so you don't need to learn anything.
It's a very like a lot of actors say it's a different to anything else they've ever done. They'll say to you, and like Doctor Who, like I think Dr. Matt Smith got asked if he would return to Morbius for a sequel or the come back as the Doctor again, and he said Doctor Who in a heartbeat is Doctor Who, but he would like to do a Morbius sequel as well. So yeah, like I feel like, because we'll speak about the Subwave network in a minute, but I feel like this is all a reunion. It seems like a reunion part 2 for this 60th, I think. It feels that kind of vibes where everyone's coming back again.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. But with the Subwave network, do we think that the Subwave network was created on Instagram for all the fans to be together and have all these Doctor Who announcements, or do we think the Subwave network is involved in the 60th somehow?
See, I think it could be involved, because if you're just gonna grab like a whole bunch of Whovians into the Subwave network Instagram group chat, then you gotta give us something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely, yeah. Yeah, Russell's really good at that.
Yeah, we've never had anything like that before. So the kind of promoting and the everything, that's the best it's ever been, I would say, because we never got that back in the day. where we get added to a group chat from Doctor Who, and like now we all think, what was going on? I've just had a bit. I'm just Doctor Who's asking me to join this Subwave Network broadcast channel, and I didn't even know what a broadcast channel was,
No.
until I saw it. Yeah, I was thinking I want to write back. I want to write back, and I find out I can't. So what's going on? Yeah.
Oh goodness.
Yeah, and only selected members can.
Selected members, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm thinking I was selected. I was selected to join. It said I have a request from Doctor Who to join. I'm never a member.
Yeah.
Yeah, imagine if Russell T Davies just writes in it saying, "Hello all."
Oh, imagine! Oh my god!
That would just be funny.
That would be funny.
Yeah, but I don't think that was just for the trailer. I think they'll have other stuff in there for us. I think for now, but this episode is already in November. But now till when the specials air, I think they'll really put a lot in there, for us, and I think they'll release a Beat the Meat plushie probably before the specials. They should really, you would think, because it gives the hype. You have the hype of having a Beat the Meat while you're watching it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Advertise the merchandise before the special comes out, definitely. Look what they did with the Sonic.
Yeah. Like the power that they return has on everyone, and then we all get our Sonic. Well, not everyone, but as many people as they could get their hands on one.
Yeah.
Because as we all know, that wasn't like it. In my eyes, it was common sense. Like they release it on the trailer, and then you think the toy's coming out tomorrow, which it did.
Yeah.
But it was a stupid time for people who work. If you don't work, you're all right. But if you do work, at that certain time where it all released, it is terrible. It weren't very good marketing or announcing in that kind of sense.
Yeah.
I was lucky enough to be on holiday when it went on sale, and it was my birthday as well. So I was just like, I have money, I have time, I'm going to get it.
Oh God.
Yeah, I know someone who was on a previous episode of the series that got a 14th Doctor one, but didn't come. It came in an empty box, I think, or something like that. And then I think they ordered it about 7 times, then it came at last. So it's very chaotic.
What?
It was,
What?
And then a box.
yeah.
Like, hello, you forgot something.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, that is like something I saw on eBay.
Yeah, exactly.
Like on eBay, you can actually buy the box it came in without the Sonic in it for like £35. I'm just like, why would you buy the box? You want Sonic.
For some bizarre reason I don't understand.
Yeah.
It's like they keep boxes for pop. I don't understand. You buy the figures to take them out.
Yes.
That is the whole point. I guess they keep it in the box just so I guess in years to come it'll be worth loads of money. I guess that's why they do that. Like with this, the regeneration set,
then
I've always kept it in the box because it just looks better.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, it just looks
very
better.
true. I get that. Yeah, but then I don't understand. Once you've bought it, why would you think about in a few years you want to sell it? I don't understand that. You buy it because you want it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I mean, if you kind of like, don't hate me for this, but if you kind of start to lose interest in things and you get older, you're like, but some people will like this more than me.
Yeah.
But any other
that is
time,
true. Yeah.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That just doesn't apply to me.
Tom's like, nope, that doesn't matter to me. I'm keeping it whatsoever.
No, that is
Yeah.
fine.
I don't care if
Box
I'm
ripped
91. I'm
open.
still keeping
I think
it.
this is just.
Exactly. Yeah.
I think this is just a massive disclaimer that I am a hoarder.
Yeah.
You know, as compared to some people, mate, you're not that bad.
What about Tom? What about, let's say you get a pop, and the actor who's in the pop, like what the pop is, has signed the box. Would you not open it then if they signed it?
Well, I'd keep the box, but then I would still take the figure out. So yeah, if it's been signed, I'd keep the box, but I'd still take the figure out of it. So yeah, or take a picture. There is technology nowadays to do that.
There is technology.
There is technology.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Like, back in 1966, I think there was technology. I think. That just reminds me how old Doctor Who is. But yeah, it's crazy how old it is now, and how many people are involved in it. Like, it's very accepting with different people with different communities as well, isn't it? So
yeah,
like, especially in this new series, like I think you have people with different needs, and they're helping that.
It depends how you look at Doctor Who as well, what it means to you personally. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, to some people it's just a show on telly.
Yeah. And to others, it's more than that.
Yeah.
It's a religion. It's a religion.
Yeah. Now I want to call the episode that now. Doctor Who is a religion.
My religion comfort show.
Yeah. We all have to do
My religion.
a minute of silence. A minute of silence. To think of Doctor Who for the last 60 years.
Exactly.
So is that 60 minutes then?
Yeah. What do we to be fair, we always think about it, don't we? We always think about Doctor Who. Even when it's not on. Like, probably in February or March, we thought about it for some reason.
Oh, me and Ross can talk about Doctor Who non-stop.
Oh, God. I think there's been a few times I've had to say to Tom, like, Tom, I get it. Shut up. I get it.
Yeah. But yeah, but I guess we understand in a way if other people's, like, let's say there's people out there who think we go on at them because we talk about Doctor Who. There's maybe stuff we don't like. To say, if we don't like rugby, or if some people don't like football, if they go on about it that much and we think, oh, it's just football, to them it's like us with Doctor Who. Like, other people have that with other hobbies. And when someone says to me, I don't like Doctor Who, like, I interviewed someone for a job role, and that it was like an autism thing, so it was an autism worker, and I should have done. I took a board. Someone said, I don't like Doctor Who. I don't like Doctor Who, and I was thinking to myself, what? You don't like Doctor Who? Even though Doctor Who had nothing to do with the job role at all.
Why?
At all. It had nothing to do with it, but it just helped me. And then someone else come along saying, I like Doctor Who. Like, my sons and my children love it. And on this PowerPoint, she slew a Dalek, she slew a TARDIS, she slew a, like, a Cyberman. I thought, you just completed it. I didn't even need here anymore. So I think Doctor Who had a good impact. I liked. It's a good impact, but if someone says to me, I hate it, or I don't like it, I need to know why. Why don't you like it?
Literally, though.
Definitely. Yeah.
I mean,
Like, what's offended you so much about this show?
No.
Like, if the first word was boring, in a sense, I'd be like, okay, back me up and describe how is it
exactly.
boring.
Like, break it down in detail.
Yeah.
Why you don't? Why you
Yeah.
think?
Everything, yeah.
Yeah. I know,
Yeah.
like that.
The characters are boring. The bad actors, bad costumes. Like, okay, back the fuck, back up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
Okay.
back the truck up, back the truck up a
Yeah.
little bit, back the TARDIS up a little bit.
Yeah. And then we'll be like, really, I don't like Doctor Who because it's just about a man in a box traveling the universe trying to defeat aliens, and he just dies. He just dies all the time. Regenerates all the time. What's the point? Like,
Yeah.
that's what they probably
It's
think.
the point.
Yeah, it's like when someone says to you, just like, I don't like, I mean, I mean, people have their own interests. I get that, but when people say I don't like Star Wars or I don't like, I don't know, like Disney films or whatever, I was like, they have their own reasons. I get that, but when they
Yeah.
try, like, you're just like, and you like say like you like Star Wars or whatever, and somebody doesn't like it, you go like, I go like, okay, fair enough. But when they describe every detail about, I'm literally just like trying my best to hold my tongue. That's like, you'll get in trouble because you'll get in trouble.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Yeah, and you're like, I don't like Doctor Who because my friend doesn't like it.
Oh, have your own opinion.
I've heard that reason before.
I'd get too annoyed at that.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, it's silly. Like I was like that when I was younger. I struggled with like have my own opinion because I didn't have many friends at school, and you kind of, I guess people do that to fit in. But about an interest, I think it's a little bit different. Like I was the only one that liked Doctor Who at school, and I just got a couple of friends to play. Like, I'm the Doctor, you're Rose, you're a monster, and then we just run around the playground. But I did, like, back then I didn't have any friends that liked Doctor Who. And now now there's loads of people out there who like it. So it's good when you find people who do like the same things as you.
I was the same. Yeah. I was the same, but I was in high school when I got Doctor Who. So we weren't running around the playground pretending to be the Doctor and Rose and everything. I do that now when I'm in my 20s on RPing.
Yeah. I mean, for me, when Doctor Who was released, I was about to go into college to study acting, and I met Doctor Who, and then the main reason I go into it is because like I did watch an episode with Christopher Eccleston. I don't think it was like maybe like the third episode or whatever with the Guelph in Cardiff and that, and I've never been so scared by it. And then a few days later, I was in college speaking to a lecturer of mine, and he said, and I noticed the little canine on his desk. I was like, "Do you like Doctor Who?" And it's like we started talking about it, and it's just like that's when I started getting into it. Just like I need to start watching this like religiously now, like so I'm not, so I don't fall behind.
Yeah. Well, that happened with me as well. I was watching it religiously at the time, and then my drama teacher in high school said that we're going to be doing a Doctor Who production, and my ears pricked up, and I was like, "Ooh!" And I moved from the back of the room to the front of the room, past everyone, to be like, "I need to listen to this. What are we doing?"
Don't mind me.
Yeah, just a young Tom Less, like, help me.
I would have loved to see little Tom in action just doing that. So
cute. I play the 10th Doctor?
See, the way Doctor Who started with me is because like I've never like beforehand I've never seen Doctor Who until like my parents like mentioned it to me because it was on Crave at the time. So I looked into it, gave it a watch. I'm like, okay, yeah, this isn't too bad. And then I became hooked on it. I'm like, okay, I love this.
Yeah.
New favorite show.
Yeah. Like when I got first into Doctor Who, like I was like, it was my brother who told me you should watch Doctor Who. I was like, why? Who? Like, I literally said, what do you mean? Doctor Who? Who what? And I was like, it's a show. It's on telly. Go watch it. Doctor Who. It's great. And I watched the first episode of Rose, and I watched it when it released. So I was about 5, and I was petrified. I was petrified of Doctor Who. I was always scared when I was younger of it, or different monsters. Especially the first one that comes to mind is the clockwork monster and the girl in the fireplace. I'm always looking under my bed. But then it's crazy. But yeah. I'm glad whoever got me. Well, I'm glad my brother did get me into Doctor Who, because if I didn't, I probably would have watched it eventually. But but it's just a good show to connect with people.
Yeah.
For me, it was my mum. She was like, "You need to watch this. This is definitely your thing." And I'm like, "Nah, I wouldn't like it. I'm not interested in it." And then she was like, "It's on now. Watch it." And I got the last bit of the Shakespeare Code of David Tennant's second season, and I was just like, "Oh my god, this is awesome!" And I had to wait another week to get the another episode. I was like, "No."
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of the Shakespeare Code, I went to a convention early in the year, and it was where the Shakespeare Code was set. And I asked this taxi driver, where is the wedding reception? Because that's what it is. That's where the Shakespeare Code is. And he was like, why? Why it's shut? Why do you want to go to the reception? I was like, I just want to go to Doctor Who location. He was asking me 100 questions, like saying why, when, how, why do you want to do it? And it's like, I wasn't rude. In my head, I was thinking it's none of your business, but you're trying to help me find the damn place. So he said, well, you've got a building that looks like that, like it has the black on the wall and over there, but you won't be able to get in. And then you have another bit exactly the same. So I'm there doing TikToks, trying not to get my phone nicked when doing them. And yeah, but it's weird because that's not on Cardiff. That's in a completely different place. So it's nice when they're not in Cardiff because it's different. I think it's been nice to range it across the UK. I think because everyone will always go into Cardiff. It's not bad. I love Cardiff, but just try and range it to go to different places around the place, because going to Cardiff all the time.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It'd be nice to have different locations to visit. If you're nearby, you might not know it. You might be on holiday. You might be at this place, and you think, "Oh, Doctor Who was filmed there."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that'd be nice.
Yeah.
Or you go be on holiday and then you see this room closed off, and you're like, "What's going on here?" And then you see David Tennant come out, and you'd be like, "What the hell?" Imagine that.
Something huge is happening.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
That would.
What I like about certain shows, just like Good Omens as well, because they're doing an episode in Edinburgh, and I'm maybe like an hour away from Edinburgh, and I was like, and I've been there so many times, like all locations that they shot on. I was like, I've been there. I've not been there, but I know exactly where it is. I'm going next time.
Yeah. It's always nice to go to any of the locations that you can go to. Like a few that I've been to, a few more been to. You know, the it was the Silurian episodes with Matt Smith, them ones, and you know they're at a church. Well, funny story here. Well, the church is on a big hill. It's on a massive hill. So you drive up. It's like it's never stopping, and then you have church. But of course, now it looks like since the episode they've done nothing to it. Like I could go in, but they haven't cut the grass. Like the grass is above all of the graveyard, so it's you can't move. So don't look. It looks like it's abandoned. But yeah, I went there. But yeah, they have some good little bits to visit. But I reckon the Doctor Who experience will probably return after Shooty's first series. I reckon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I reckon.
Oh, I would love that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd love to do that. Like, just go down to London and just do that.
Yeah.
Because the amount of interest they had when they did the World Wonder in Liverpool, like that was insane.
That
And
was
I
lovely.
loved it so much.
Yeah.
Mm.
It was so good. Like that Worlds of Wonder. They did one in Scotland as well. I think in Edinburgh, didn't they? They moved
Yeah.
it to there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that was good. But remembering what the Doctor Who experience looked like years ago, where it's like immersive, it looks like you're in the TARDIS, it looks like you're getting attacked. It wasn't on that level, but it was still good. At least we got something we haven't had in years. But I think I never got to go to the Cardiff one, but I did go to the London one and done when Matt Smith was the Doctor. I was petrified of the at Weeping Angels when I went, so I didn't blink.
Yep.
Yeah.
To be fair, that church that you're talking about, that's probably why it's abandoned, because there's probably a weeping angel in there like that.
Yeah.
Oh, don't talk to me about Weeping Angels. Oh my god. First time I watched that episode, I was crapping myself.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
It's like whenever you go see one in public, you think a statue is a weeping angel. You just say it. Look, it's a weeping angel over there.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is one of the most iconic villains, but the most scariest in the show. But with the 60th intro, do we think it's going to be mixed? Do we think it's not just going to be one certain intro? Like, do you think it's going to be kind of oldie, kind of newy? What do you think?
Bit of both, to be honest. Like I think we're gonna get the theme. Not well, maybe from
Yeah.
Catherine Tate's era. Sorry, Catherine Tate and Dave Tennant, their theme mixed, but like revamped in a way, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Oh yeah, definitely. They've got to do the nostalgia and then bring in the new upped bits as well. Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it'd be cool if they started off with like the actual logo from like David Tennant's era and just like have it explode into the new one with the theme behind it. I think that'd be pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would love that because when they released the titles of the episodes, it was like the Series 4 Vortex, wasn't it? So I reckon they'll mix it up with the old into the new.
I think so too.
Yeah, I hope so. I really hope so because I have missed. I love Series 4 Vortex. It's probably one of my favorites, but I think Shooty would get something completely new for his time. I reckon. But yeah. Last thing, guys, before we go. Well, last two things actually before we wave our Sonics about. I'm going to ask you a question, which I'm going to ask you all a question, which is a bit different. From the second episode doing these great ones, because I didn't do it on the first one because I forgot. So silly me. But I will be doing it from now on. So I asked the last guys on the previous episode, and it's really interesting in what they had to say. So my question is, I'm going to go in reverse order. So I'm going to start with Ryan, and then Tom, and then Ross. But if you need time to think, Ryan, because I put you on the spot, let me know. Because last time I did it, they needed a little bit of time to think. So you think this is going to be an impossible question now, don't you? Yeah. So we've spoken about the 60th anniversary specials a lot today. What would you like? One thing in it that we haven't talked about, that one thing that you'd really want to happen, or someone you really want to see in it, or something like that. What's one thing that you'd like to see? in the specials?
Harry Jones for Prime Minister.
Yes. Yes. She would be good to have back. Okay, here's another question. Do you think she got exterminated or not?
Well, we never saw that, but it looks like she did. But again, we didn't see that, so maybe she didn't die. Maybe she's still alive and well.
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah, I think because I think a long time ago, well, not a long time ago, only a couple of years ago, Russell T Davies did say in some book she is still alive. But I put a video up, I think the other week, and a lot of people commenting saying like but it's when all the Subway Network, because if we remember that first line on the Subway Network chat, it's the exact words that Harry Jones used. When she's opening the Subway Network. So I say Harriet Jones is back. Look, have a look at this. Because I think a person from series 1 is rumored to be in the specials. I think, or series 14.
Yeah.
So it makes sense for Harriet to be in charge of again for somehow. But yeah, I would love that. That is something really good to have. Tom, what would you like to see happen? Or who would you like to see in it that we don't know already?
I would love it to be like multi-doctors. I'd love to see Matt Smith back, maybe Capaldi and Peter Capaldi. Sorry, not Chris. Yeah, Chris Eccleston, Peter Capaldi, and Matt Smith. I'd love to see like a multi-doctor special because that is the trend for anniversary anyway. So yeah, I would love that.
Yeah, it would be great to see more doctors. I think I have a good feeling that the 14th Doctor and the 15th Doctor will interact as well, like Shooty and David. So that'll be nice.
Definitely.
That'll be nice because Shooty loves David's work, and Shooty's watched Doctor Who. I think Shooty binged it before his auditions. that was funny. But Ross, what would you like to see, or who would you like to see?
I mean, I think for me, I'd love to see like a scene of like just the 14th Doctor and the 15th Doctor like just interacting with it like in the void or the brink, and then it's just like a kind of a crossing over scene, just like the 14th goes that way, the 15th comes forward, and then that's the regeneration happened. I'm just like, I'd love to see them just interact and just like, and just to have them like being like really funny toward each other, like, what trouble do you get in now? We're just like, you'll find out.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would be nice. But yeah. I think they could have a really good moment together. Like we have no clue what Shooty's Doctor is going to be like, so it's going to be so good to see what his atmosphere is and how he's like. Is he going to be angry? Is he going to be calm? I think it's going to be a bit of both because he's a very good actor. Yeah. But thanks, guys, for that, because it's a bit different than last time. I asked you all quotes before. I didn't want to do that again because I asked you before. But yeah, it's a good way to finish. But lastly, if we can wave our sonic screwdrivers, you can say a phrase that you like if you want, but if not, you can just wave it and sonic it.
Geronimo.
Alonzi.
Alonzi. There we go. Thanks, guys.
Mason.
Thank you for coming on again. And to anyone listening, watching, we hope you enjoy it. Doctor Who and Autism celebrations for this group episode, where there's actually going to be no reunion episodes this time because we have multiple group episodes, so all of November is near enough a group episode of different Doctor Who people or people involved in the autism community, or just in any community as possible. Just talking about Doctor Who, our excitement for the 60th, and it's really cool. But like I said at the start, guys, there'll be multiple videos that you can get involved in for more celebrations of the 60th, which is going to be really cool because I know some of you were involved with the Wilfred Martin Christmas video I did earlier last year. But yeah, that's nothing to mention. But it's going to be nice to see Wilfred Willen last time. Yeah. But thanks everyone. I hope you have a nice rest of your day, Ryan, because I know different time zones and the TARDIS. And good night, Ross and Tom.
Good night.